Hey, what's up, everyone? Nice to see you all. Well, I can't see you all, obviously, but nice to be in your presence for this virtual media which we use, the wonders of the internet, right? I was talking last week, wasn't I, about trying to get into live yoga classes, probably if you could get in once a week, just to pick up on everyone else's energy. But there's something really special about being able to just connect live, turn on your computer or your phone or whatever you use, and then just drop in anywhere in the country. And the Virtual Village Hall provides all that for us, whether it be yoga with myself or any of the other amazing content which is put on this weekly schedule. It's such a lovely thing to have. So welcome if you come here for your first time or your 114th time. I can see it's the yoga class number 114. Let's see how far we get, shall we? Will we still be here in yoga class number 500? Who knows, eh? Hopefully we'll all be practicing together. If you're new to the practice, we try and keep this very gentle, or relatively gentle, I should say. We don't fly around too much, and we don't do, a huge amount of work. But that's not what yoga's about, right? It's like yoga's about kind of just being curious and being compassionate. And in some ways it's a spiritual practice, but don't get worried about the word spirituality or spiritual. It's just about bringing the attention inwards. So it goes beyond the physical, when we move the body. We can do that in lots of different ways, and that has an amazing amount of benefit. But hopefully what we do is we get a little bit deeper and connect this area with this area, the body and the heart, the head. Everything connects, and we connect on this physical level, obviously, when we do the postures, the asanas, which are the different types of yoga postures we do. But hopefully we connect a little bit deeper, and it could be an energetic level. What does that mean, energetic level? Well, just feeling the energy within the body, feeling your aliveness, or it could be anything in between that, So there's lots of different things that we can take from our yoga practice. And if it's just for you about stretching and kind of getting flexible, great, that's all good, right? It's nothing wrong with being flexible and stretching, but it's probably not the most important thing with yoga. That's the cherry on the cake. That's the icing on the cake, I should say. That's the kind of stuff that we think about a yoga practice, then the physical benefits are kind of like a byproduct of the overall practice. And what you see online on Facebook and Instagram and all that sort of stuff, it's probably not really a true depiction of what yoga actually is. And it throws a lot of people, especially men, where they'll be like, no, mate, it's not for me. I don't know why they're talking a Cockney accent. But yeah, you know what I mean? It kind of keeps a lot of people away. So if you are a man and you're joining for the first time, or you're just getting curious about yoga, then welcome. Always welcome. Everybody's welcome, right? So yeah, thank you for coming. Hi to Margaret. Hi to Jackie. Thank you for saying hello. All right, what should we do? Should we start with a little bit of breath work? I think so. Pranayama, breath work. So again, this is where it goes just beyond moving the body in a physical way. This is where we get really curious with the breath. So we'll do a couple of things, maybe two things at the start. Maybe we'll just do one thing and then we'll come back to something later on. Let's see how this class pans out, right? So if you want to make any movements at this point, feel free to make any movements. Maybe you lean back into the hands. You can bring your legs out, give your legs a good shake, maybe shake out through the hands, the fingers, the toes, maybe roll the shoulders a couple of times. I'm feeling pretty settled here, so I'm not going to move. But if you want to have a little bit of time moving around, then feel free. Make it free flowing, be kind of curious, and don't think about it too much. And then we're all going to come back to the seated position. You finished? Are you done? Have you moved? Right. Get back to this position. Now I'm sat on a bolster here, so I'm sitting on my heels and my sit bones are raised quite high. You can do that if you've got a cushion or a blanket, or you can cross your legs and sit cross-legged, sit in a chair, sit up against a wall, do whatever you want. You can always lie on your back. It doesn't really matter, right? So find a comfortable position. And then for the first time, maybe just close your eyes. And then just draw your attention inwards. Notice what you brought onto your mat. Or wherever you are, notice what you brought into the room. And we get that idea, don't we? As soon as we close our eyes, then the attention gets drawn inwards and the brain might be a little bit busy and the thoughts might be coming and going. Just let them come, let them go. You might be feeling a little agitated, a little energized. know, underneath all of that kind of surface that we feel, you know, through anxiety and maybe physical pain and a busy mind, that underneath it all is this beautiful stillness, right? A pureness right here, right at our heart center. We just pick stuff up along the way, right? And a lot of it doesn't serve us. So think about the class today as kind of letting go and releasing. Notice how your breath feels in your body. So we just do a really simple breath practice. And if it's possible, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your nose. And then you inhale, the belly expands. When you exhale, the belly falls back towards your spine. So we think about our yoga practice as calming the fluctuations of the mind. If you've got your eyes closed, then gently blink your eyes open. Nice, everyone. That wasn't the breath practice, by the way. That was just a centering breath just to get us ready for it. So that idea of yoga calming the fluctuations of the mind, there was a Sanskrit word, and the yogis used to say chitta vritti, and it means the whirlpooling of the mind, right? So these people were talking about this sort of stuff 3,000 years ago, right? So the whirlpooling of the mind, or the fluctuations of the mind, you know, people were suffering that a long time ago. And yoga was this kind of technology, if you want to call it a technology or a tool or a practice, to kind of calm that. And the main reason for the asanas or the physical postures was so we could sit like this in a comfortable seat, you know. And yoga means union, or to yoke, to bring things together, you know. So calming the fluctuations of the mind. And the first Yoga Sutra is just and now yoga. And now yoga. So we get on the mat and we practice and we just be curious. Okay, so this breath practice is going to require a mudra, and the mudra is this. You got it? All the fingers together, thumbs together. You place it on your heart center, and then maybe you just move the thumbs away from your heart center just a little bit. All right? And you can smile if you want. I feel like smiling today. I've had my hair cut. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to inhale in 4 sniffs. Amazing what a haircut can do for you, right? Haircut and a shave. Woo! I feel great today. All right. So we're going to inhale in 4 sniffs. Then we're going to exhale in 1 long sniff. Okay. So when we inhale, it's and we get to the top, and then the breath, the lungs, they're full, and then you exhale in 1. So we let the breath go, and then we empty the lungs. So it could be simpler, right? So maybe you look down towards the fingertips, or you can close the eyes. I don't mind what you do. It doesn't really matter. Press the fingertips together, not too hard, but feel that engagement. Nice. Relax your face, relax your shoulders, relax your jaw. Then from here, inhale in 4 sniffs. So it's exhale 1 long sniff through the nose. Inhale for 4. Exhale for 1. Maybe closing the eyes. So we're setting the breath up in this beautiful rhythm. Let's do 1 more round of 4. And then let that breath go completely. And then release your mudra, bring your hands down. And then just sweep your arms up. I'm going to lose my hands a little bit here. You can clasp your hands together, push your palms up, and then just a little bit of movement side to side. Not too much. However you're sat, have a nice generous bend in the elbows. Maybe a little back bend. Open out through the shoulders. Some little intuitive movements. And then we're going to come back to center. And we're going to use a different mudra this time, okay? So we're going to make it a little bit more challenging. We're going to bring the arms out and the palms out, okay? So the palms are down, then rotate the palms up. If you feel like you've got any tension in your shoulders, see if you can release it. Maybe you just kind of move a little bit, or if that feels too much, bring your hands down. You don't have to be like this. So think about projection. So projecting out from your heart center or your solar plexus, which is kind of this area of the body. And we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to sniff in 6 and exhale in 1. So it's a little bit more powerful. It's a little bit quicker in terms of rhythm. Okay, so close your eyes or keep your eyes open. Inhale for 6. Exhale, 1 long sniff. Nice. Inhale for 6. Exhale. Lovely to do it with your eyes closed. It feels safe. Inhaling. Exhaling. 3 more like that. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. At the end of the exhale, bring your hands down. Nice. And then with the palms up or the palms down, I'm going to bring my palms down. Just come back to that nice steady rhythm of breath. And notice any changes. Maybe feeling a little bit more peaceful, maybe feeling a little bit more connected to your breath. And then however you're sat, it doesn't matter if you're sat like I am or sat cross-legged, just take a little twist over to the right. So maybe the right fingertips come behind, left hand onto the right thigh or the right knee, and then just twist over. Take a couple of breaths. You're not looking for anything too deep here. It's just a little twist. And then when you're ready, come back the other way. Twist over to the left. Couple of breaths. You can feel very gentle, this kind of just twisting the spine. And then see if you can move side to side. So inhale right, exhale left. Inhale right, exhale left. A couple more times either side. And then come all the way back to center. Beautiful. All right, we're going to do one more thing. We've done 4, we've done 6. Let's see if we can try 8. So if you want to go back to a 4 or 6 rhythm, that's absolutely fine. But otherwise, the 8 is a... So it's quicker. Maybe the breath feels a little bit shallower, but the same principle. Lungs are full. Exhale. You let it all go. All right? So we're going to use another mudra. Left hand on the heart, right hand on the left hand. Okay, so you'll hopefully feel the breath as it comes up, right up into the top of your lungs. Your choice again. You can close your eyes or you can soften your gaze and then go in 4, 6 or 8. Maybe follow me in 8, see how it feels. Exhale. Two more. Final round. Beautiful. And bring the hands down, palms face up. Just breathe gently here. Just let the breath come back to a nice steady rhythm. Beautiful. Nice. And we're going to move from here. So a good amount of time sat, right? So hopefully you found somewhere really comfortable to sit. So we're going to move from this position. And I'm going to go back onto my mat. I've been sat obviously close to the camera on a bolster, so it might take me a little bit of time to move back there. I've got really tight ankles and it takes me a long time to move when I've been sat in that position. Okay, so come back onto your mat. Beautiful. Everything looks good. I'm going to slide back here, and then as I slide back, I'm going to bring my feet out in front of me. I'm going to plant them down, and I'm going to drop my knees to either side. So just kind of moving through the hips, enjoying this movement of just dropping the knees down to either side. Beautiful. Nice little scissoring action. And then bring that aliveness in. So the breath, the pranayama, it's a really nice part of our overall yoga practice. You don't really have to move too much. To get into the breath can be really powerful. We notice how we feel from moment to moment. There's a breath for everything, right? They were quite energizing breaths, but in a gentle way. Okay, come with your legs crossed this time if you haven't been here already. And then what we're going to do, we're going to do a little bit more twisting. Okay, so this is a really lovely move. You bring the right hand on the heart, you inhale left. We did this last week, I think. You exhale right. So inhale, exhale. Inhale as the arm comes out to the left, exhale as the arm comes out to the right. So you begin to match the movements with your breath. And it really depends how quickly you want to move here. You might be a little bit quicker than me, you might be a little bit slower. It doesn't matter. Let the head just move with the breath, with the movement. So try not to hold any tension in your neck. A little bit longer, another 30 seconds. So hopefully warming the body up. Always be gentle with the spine. So if you're getting any movements here where the spine is telling you not to do this, back right out. Be nice and gentle. And then inhale, come back to center. Press your fingertips down into your mat. Nice and simple here. Take an inhale, lengthen through the arms, lengthen through your spine. As you exhale, just let the breath go. Do that one more time. So nice deep inhale through your nose. And then an exhale through your mouth. Just sigh it out. One more. Nice deep inhale through your nose. And a full exhale through your mouth. Beautiful. If you want to do this, you can swap your shins. So bring your other shin in front. Have a little wriggle around. Remember, you can kind of prop yourself up a little bit here if that feels good. Bring something underneath your sit bones. And then we're going to just circle the torso around the hips. So again, a movement you should be quite familiar with. Inhale forward, exhale round. Inhale forward and exhale round. Just get into it. And match the movement with breath again. That can sometimes feel a little bit tricky, can't it? So be gentle with the breath. So inhale as you come here, exhale as you go here. So just rotating the torso around the hips. Breathe deeply into the lumbar spine. And last week we kind of did a yin yoga class, didn't we, where we held poses for a lot longer. We didn't do many poses. So this week, a little bit more movement, and then we'll probably drop into some of those yin poses a bit later on in the class. When you're ready, come back to center and then swap it out. Come back the other way. So much of this stuff can be done down on our mats. We don't have to stand up and do really expansive poses. This is just about being curious and waking your body up in some way, something that feels reasonable to you. Inhaling and then exhaling here. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, let it go. Through the nose or the mouth. One more time, nice deep inhale. And a full exhale. Beautiful. A little bit of movement through the shoulders. Nothing could be simpler than this. So the hands down on the knees with the palms down. Inhale up, exhale down. Shrug the shoulders up, let the shoulders drop. So kind of releasing tension from the shoulders, from the neck, from the jaw. A nice powerful breath if you can bring it into your practice. Inhale up, exhale down. Two more. Beautiful, nice. Lean back into your hands again, bring your legs out, and maybe just stretch your legs out this time. I've got an amazing pattern on the tops of my feet from when I was on a blanket. Maybe massage your legs out. See if you've got amazing patterns on your feet. You might have an amazing tattoo somewhere as well, maybe on your feet or your legs. Who knows? Give the legs a good tap out. Kind of bring some aliveness into the legs. Bring the legs long and then roll the ankles. Just a few times one way, a few times the other way. Lean back into the hands. Make sure your spine feels supported here. Then flex the toes, point the toes. Whatever feels good for you. Beautiful. Come on to all fours. So we're just going to arrive on our mats. You don't have to have a mat, obviously. But when you arrive, have your feet press down into the floor, have your knees back hip width apart. And from here, we invariably go into cat-cow. So let's do that again. Drop the belly down, lift your head and your heart. As you exhale, round your spine. So here's your movement. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, the spine elongates, the head and the heart lift. Exhale, you round really deeply into the spine. Press into the hands, separate your shoulders. And so you feel this wave-like motion through the spine. Three more. Inhale, come back to center. As you exhale, big toes come together, or the feet somewhat together, and then push the sit bones back towards the heels. They might come all the way back here. You might bring the arms forward, and then see if you can get the forehead on the floor. If you can't, do this. Just bring the head onto the hands, or you can make fists. And come into child's pose and breathe super deep. Just a couple of breaths. Maybe a little bit longer than two, actually. Settle down. Melt your heart center down towards the floor. Feel that really nice release through the spine and the hips. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, bring yourself back to all fours. And then step your right foot back. Really spread out through your fingers. Step in the right foot back. And then feel that stretch all the way down on the right leg. Nice and simple. Swap it out. Come to the left. Stretch the left leg out. Couple of breaths, and then come back to center. Then this time, stretch the right leg out, so you're on the right toes. Bring your left hand into the center of your mat, and then just inhale your right arm up. Just expand here. Couple of breaths. Nice little adapted side plank. And then exhale, come back to center. And then just swap that out to the other side. So press into the left leg, press into the left toes. Right hand more into the center of your mat. Inhale, left arm up. So twist from the navel. Takes a little bit of balance, doesn't it? One more deep inhale. And then exhale, bring everything down. Back to all fours and then circle your hips out. So go nice and wide with the knees and then come forward and come back. Forward and back. Maybe 3 or 4 in one direction, and then all the way back in the other direction. Nice. Come back to center, and then we'll make that a little bit more dynamic. So right leg back, left hand in the center. Inhale, the right arm up. As you exhale, thread the right arm through the left. Okay, so here's your movement. Inhale up, and then exhale, thread. Inhale, exhale. 3 more. Inhale, look up to the hand if the neck feels okay. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Final time. Inhale up, and then exhale. Bring the right hand down. Beautiful. Swap sides. Left leg back, right hand into the center. Dynamic movement. So in and out. Inhale up. Exhale. Left arm through the right. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale through. 3 more. Inhale, use your breath. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Really spread out through your right fingers. That's one. Inhale. And exhale. Bring the left hand by the right. Beautiful. Tuck the toes under. Lift the hips. Come into downward facing dog. All right. Now we get to move a little bit more. Bend the knees. Kind of walk them out. You can do it this way by kind of doing this little run in on the spot. You can maybe bend the knees really deep. Think about length in the spine. Lift your hips super high. Breathing deep here. Nice deep, rich inhales. Full releasing exhales. 2 more like that. Deep inhale. Full exhale. 1 more deep inhale. And a full exhale. Nice. And then this time what we're going to do is just walk the hands back. Do it really slowly. Right to the back of your mat. And then go wide. If you've got a mat, kind of bring your feet so the mat is right in the center of your feet. So you're wider than normal. Bend the knees. And then just sway around here. Make it lazy. Make it forgiving. So no strain here. You just hinge at the hips and then fold down. Maybe brush your fingertips along your mat. But breathe deeply and hold on to the legs if that feels more acceptable to you right now. Let the body kind of go through all those little cracks and pops. Maybe the ankles, maybe the knees. Maybe look right in between your feet. Beautiful. Come back to center with the hands dangling. Bend deeper in the knees. Roll up. Come to stand. Woo! Beautiful. And then you're going to step your feet in and you're going to walk to the top of your mat. How does that feel, just walking to the top of your mat? Have you got some sun on your skin? Are you in shadow? It doesn't matter. If you've got sun on your skin, woo! Yes. Nice. Bring your hands to the heart center. Maybe keep your feet nice and wide, but maybe step them in just a little bit. All right. Let's just do a couple of half-tongue salutations. So inhale, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, fold in deep, come all the way down, hinge at the hips, nice bend in the knees. Inhale, lengthen, come up halfway, make it nice and high. As you exhale, fold in. Press into your feet, inhale, come all the way back up. As you exhale, hands to heart center. All right, let's do 3 more like that. So it's a lovely movement with the breath. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold in deep. Nice. Inhale, come all the way back up. And then exhale, hands to heart center. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold in deep. Then root into the feet. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Final one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold in deep. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Nice. And then bring the hands out. So when they're out, the arms are long, and your thumbs are in line with your nose. or with your eyes, you can kind of see right down. And then the right hand, the one that's wiggling, you're going to draw the right hand down the left, and then open the right hand out. So you're just going to open to the side. You can play around here. You can use the arms up, and come down, and just twist around a little bit. Try and keep your hips square onto the top edge of your mat. You can look down, you can look forward. You might want to do a bit of both. On your next inhale, sweep the arms up, the right arm up to meet the left, and then draw the left arm down the right and open out to the right. Again, play around with it. Keep your hips square onto the top of your mat. You might turn the gaze forwards, you might turn it back, you might turn the palms. Next exhale, left hand meets the right. So now move in a dynamic way. So inhale, right arm open to the right. Exhale, right arm to the left. Inhale, left arm opens to the left. Exhale, left arm over to the right. Okay, we get the rhythm. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, left arm opens. Exhale, left arm comes back. Inhale, right arm opens. Exhale, right arm comes back. Inhale, left arm opens. Exhale, left arm back. Two more other side. Inhale, right. Exhale, right comes back over. Inhale, left. Exhale, left comes back over. Maybe feel it in the arms now. Inhale, right, final time. Exhale, right over to meet the left. Inhale, left. Exhale, left to the right. Hands together. Bring the hands up and then frame the hands through to your heart center. And then just pause here. Few nourishing breaths. Notice how that feels. Nice. And then bring the hands down onto the hips. I'm going to face the camera just because it's easier for me to do that. And then just shrug your shoulders a few times. Maybe roll backwards and forwards. Maybe one shoulder, maybe the other shoulder. See what you need to do to bring some movement back in. And then we're going to come back to the centre of our mats. There's a road sweeper outside, excuse the noise. And then have the knees nice and bent. And then we're just going to energetically do this to keep the aura. So we're going to inhale up, exhale down. Inhale, exhale. Always keeping the bend in the knees. Protect your spine. Inhale up, exhale down. So this is energetic, it's releasing. So see if you can release the unnecessary, anything you're holding on to that you don't need. Let it go, people. Inhale right, exhale darkness on. Inhale positivity like this, exhale let it go. Couple more. Inhale up. And exhale. Sweep the arms out. Keep breathing out. You feel a little bit lightheaded after those movements. Come with the palms face down. And then just settle here just for a moment. Really nice. And then bring the hands back onto your heart. I'm going to face you guys, but you can stay exactly where you are. Have your feet about hip width apart. And then the hands are on the heart. Feel your heartbeat away. Feel the energy in the body. So we created a lot of energy. We've moved a fair amount. We've breathed. We've done some nice pranayama. Now we're just going to kind of move the energy around in a very subtle way. So have the palms so they face out. It's a little bit more about energy release and energy movement. Palms face down. Inhale the arms up. And then exhale all the way down. So think about, as you inhale, the lungs fill. Hands up to about shoulder height, maybe a little higher. Exhale, push the air out. Inhaling up. Exhale down. 3 more like that. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Final time. Exhale. Push the air out. Beautiful. And then bring the hands down and give the hands a good shake out. Maybe lift the legs. Give everything a good shake. Make sure you feel good here. Nice. Come back to the top of your mats and let's bring all of that amazing work that you've done together with a few rounds of sun salutation. So hands at heart center. Building on what we did earlier in the class. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Hinge at the hips, come down slow. Inhale, come up halfway. And then exhale, hands down. Do this gently, one foot then the other. And we're in a plank. So you might arrive here, go nice and high, then inhale, lengthen into your plank. Okay, so you don't want to be here, and you don't want to be here. You want to be here. So you really press into the outer edges of your feet. As you exhale, drop your knees. So you're now here, and then lower to the floor. That's all on one long exhale. Onto your belly. Inhale, come here into cobra. Keep the elbows tucked in. As you exhale, lift your hips into downward facing dog. Nice. Couple of breaths here. We've done one of these already, so maybe notice how this feels compared to the first. When you're ready, you're going to bend your knees and hinge your hips. Look between your hands, so take a gaze, and then step to the top of your mat. Keep the hips high. You might do it in 2 steps or maybe more, it doesn't matter. Inhale, come up halfway. As you exhale, fold in deep. Press into your feet. Inhale, come all the way up. As you exhale, frame your hands to heart center. Nice. One more like that. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Nice. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, hands down. Step one foot back, then the other. This time, when you inhale, come into plank, drop your knees, lower yourself onto your belly, and then maybe make a little bit more room. I'm going to shuffle back. You're going to come into Sphinx pose. So you're going to hear elbows underneath your shoulders, spread out through your fingers, press down into your mat, and then imagine pulling the mat back towards you, just to lift the head, lift the chest. Breathe gently. If this feels too much in your lumbar spine and the lower spine, go wider the elbows, maybe come down a little bit lower. So I'll leave it up to you where you want to go. Maybe close your eyes. Feel that really nice stretch into the lower spine. You're just slowly opening up, feeling that gentle compression. It shouldn't feel too strong. Make sure your jaw remains really relaxed. Beautiful. Then when you're ready, bring your elbows out nice and wide. Bring your right hand on top of your left. Bring your right knee in line with your left. Bring your right knee in line with your right hip. So your right knee's in line with your right hip, and you just look into the right, or you turn your gaze to the right, and then just settle down. Let your body melt down into the floor. Nothing to do here, just feel that gentle release. When you're ready, we're going to swap it out. So bring the right leg back to the left. Left hand on top of the left knee in line with the left hip. Look over to the left hand side. Breathe in deeply here. Take 2 more rounds of breath. And then really gently bring the left leg back to meet the right. Hands underneath the shoulders. Keep the elbows tucked in. It's a really nice habit to get into. Push yourself back to all fours, where we started this sequence once we moved. And then just 3 more rounds of cat and cow, just to make sure the spine feels good, and fluid, and there's some movement here. And come back to center. You're just going to flip over onto one hip. Bring your legs out in front of you. Come to lie down on your backs. Put your knees in as you do that. And you just put the knees in towards your belly. As you do it, really relax your shoulders down into the floor. Back of the neck feels good and relaxed here. Beautiful. Little twist. Bring the arms out. Palms face up.
Go nice and wide with the feet, or as wide as feels good. And you just drop the knees over to the right. And then turn your gaze over to the left. So really expand everything out here. Obviously, just come into a depth that feels good for you. Don't push it. Breathe deeply. And slowly back to center. Drop the knees to the left. Make any adjustments. Turn the gaze over towards the right. See if you can relax your shoulder blades down into the earth. And then inhaling, come back to center. One final hug of your knees in towards your belly. And then lay your legs out nice and long. Or find a shavasana that works for you. You can always keep the knees bent, bring the palms up. And then just spend maybe a couple of minutes here just to allow all the amazing work you've done today to integrate into the body. Try and find that perfect stillness. Close your eyes if it feels safe. Let everything sink. And then really gently, in your own time, in your own unique way, coming out of your Shavasana, bring some movements in that feel good for you. You can stretch it out, you can bend the knees in, you might take a nice big sigh. Whatever feels good. And then roll over to one side, press into your top hand, and then I'm going to come back forward. Do that little shuffling thing to come and meet you guys. Come and sit in Sukhasana with your legs crossed. Beautiful. Nice, everyone. Bring your hands to heart center. Press your thumbs into your sternum. Appreciate yourself. Appreciate all the time that you take for yourself, for getting onto your mat, for practicing yoga, for honoring your body, your soul, your spirit. It's all good stuff, right? With a wholehearted bow, wish yourself well. Wish everybody else well. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. It's really nice to have you guys along for the ride. Hopefully it did you proud. I'll be back here next week. I've been teaching here from Space to Breathe Collective. We're a not-for-profit community cooperative in the centre of Leicester. And amazing work happens here. So if you're ever in Leicester and you fancy a little bit of yoga, or you want some therapy, or you want some massage, this is your place, everyone. All right, everyone. Look after yourselves. I will be visiting lots of different parts of the country over the next few months. So hopefully I'll be near some of you guys when I do that. All right, everyone. See you later.